Good morning, class. This is coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, where it is about 8 a.m. in the morning on Thursday, August 18th, your first day of class. It's already about 110 degrees here, so I bet we're hotter than you are on the East Coast. I want to talk to you for just a moment about scarcity and opportunity cost. Scarcity means I have unlimited wants for a limited number of resources. In other words, economics defines us as having to make choices. We have to decide how we want to use those limited resources. Opportunity cost is how we measure the next best alternative. In other words, what we gave up when we made that decision. In other words, going to college and getting a degree or getting a job. If I go to college, my opportunity cost is that job that I gave up. If I choose to work, my opportunity cost would be going to college, whatever you're choosing between. In the 7th edition in the study questions and problems, I want to take a moment and look at homework question number 6 with you. It's on page 51 in the 7th edition and on page 47 in the 6th edition, but it is the same question. And I've just kind of plotted it for you. I always tell my students it's easier to plot the two extremes, beef producing 10,000 tons and 0 autos, or autos producing 8,000 autos and 0 tons of beef. And then you can kind of just draw in that bowed curve. That bowed curve represents the law of increasing opportunity costs. In other words, as I move along the curve from left to right, point to point, my opportunity cost should be increasing, and it does in this example, and I would encourage you to work this problem out on your own. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me anytime you don't understand anything. I want to make sure that you understand. If you have the points plotted, you can now see that as we move along the curve, my opportunity costs are increasing. In other words, to go from 10,000 tons of beef to producing 2 automobiles, I'm only going to be able to make 9,000 tons of beef. So my opportunity cost is 1 ton of beef. If I go from B to C, it's going to be 2 tons of beef. It's not cumulative, it's point to point. If I go from C to D, I was producing 7,000 tons of beef, and now I'm producing 4 to make 6,000 automobiles. So it's 3. And then from D to E, my opportunity cost is 4. So we have represented the law of increasing opportunity cost. A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to E. The point inside the curve is what we call an inefficient point. In other words, we have the ability, we have the resources to be on the line. As long as you are on the line, you are efficient. Okay? Any place on the line is efficient. If I'm inside the curve, I'm inefficient. If I'm way out here at point G, which they ask you to label in part B, that's an unattainable point, meaning I don't have the resources to get there. The only way this entire curve can shift outward, okay, and go out to this point and have a new curve out here is if I have economic growth or changes in technology. That is how I would get there. Okay? So again, law of increasing opportunity cost, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. I'm sacrificing more as I move along that curve. That's how we get the bowed out curve. If I'm in here, it's inefficient. If I'm out here, it's unattainable. The only way I can shift this entire curve, okay, is economic growth or changes in technology. In other words, I get more machinery, better machinery or equipment that helps me to produce more efficiently. Thank you, and I will be back with you with another video for Chapter 3.